Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today a quick video explaining to you what's going to be happening today. Today guys, CPI Consumer Price Index is going to have a huge impact on the price of Bitcoin. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking, my price levels, if you're going to go higher or lower, where I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to also be discussing about Ethereum, Solana, and altcoins in general. And of course guys, this video is brought to you by our partner Bluefin. I utilize it for all of my trades. Great decentralized exchange, non-KYC, and also guys, BitUnix as well. We are running so many promotions. Come and sign up with my code because then you can basically take advantage of using this promotion. You will not regret it. But now guys, Bitcoin, $110,050. Today is going to be a make it or break it. There is a common consensus right now that CPI forecast is around 3.1%. And I'm going to show you now what could be the outcome if you're going to see, for example, a higher or lower CPI. So the common consensus right now is that CPI should be coming lower than expectation, but I'm going to show you how you have to read it, like in terms of relative terms. So if CPI is going to come, let's say they are expecting 3.1%, and it's going to come in line with expectation, that's not going to be great. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because if last month CPI was at 2.9 and now it's going to come at 3.1, it means that inflation is actually reaccelerating a little bit. I know it's a very subtle difference, but market makers are basically take this on as an advantage to create a narrative to say inflation is ramping up again, and what they can do, they can basically dump the market. So what I will say, if inflation is going to come in line with the expectation, I'm probably going to see like I would say neutral to bearish scenario, maybe a little bit of a chop and then maybe a rip next week. If it's going to come, let's say, in between 2.7 to 2.9%, very, very bullish, we could be able to see and go and break this pattern from here. I'm going to show you the target. But if it's going to come above 3.1, that's going to be bearish, and we could be seeing probably Bitcoin going down to sub $100,000. But guys, the thing is, I don't really care where is it going to come. Number one, because being 11 years in the market really taught me so much about how to read, all of this, so I basically can react in a good way. And second of all, guys, if you really want to take advantage of this moment now and make a difference in your trading journey, what you can do, if you're unsure, if you're not knowledgeable and you want to learn properly, come on our VIP group. Guys, we do trading ideas every single day, 2 or 3 altcoins like this to show you potential long and short every single day. So in a week, you probably can have 10 to 14 trading setups. And basically they hit 80 or 90% of the time. Success rate is very, very high on here. But also we have pro trader calls whenever I enter my positions, whenever I get in, get out. And guys, results talk for themselves. But not only that, guys, we talk about trading a lot. We do lots of trades for like short-term day trader, for swing traders, but also for investors. We have investors also area where we are discussing when to buy more coins, which altcoins are going to buy, which one has the potential to go higher. It's an amazing community, guys. So if you want to really succeed into this market for the next 5 years, bull market, bear market, highly recommend it to come on the VIP. You will not regret it. Okay, so now let's go back into BTC and let's see where we are. So right now, guys, what is going to be very important, I'm going to show you something you can basically bring home today, and it's going to help you. I don't know if you are familiar with TradingView or if you utilize it. What I'm basically doing right now is to utilize a thing called the TPO chart. TPO charts are actually very good to make you understand specific levels of support and resistance. So you can see that right now, Bitcoin had a breakdown of this previous TPO area, which is called the value area. So in general, if you want to go and change your bias from bearish to bullish right now, it will be ideal for Bitcoin to go and have a daily closure, like a daily candle closing above 114,000 to 115,000. And why is that? Because if Bitcoin is going to be able to go and reclaim this area from here, okay, and stabilize above here, there is a high chance we're going to be able to go and retest this previous all-time high. However, as you can see from here, if BTC is not able to go and reclaim this area, like it happened exactly at this point from here, you can see we had a brutal rejection. Basically, the trend is going to be down. So whenever you utilize this thing called TPO, basically what happens is the following. You try to go and reclaim this area, you get rejected, okay? And then if you lose this area down here, okay, you can keep going down, okay? So right now, what you have to really pay attention is this one here, okay? If you're gonna be able to go and reclaim this area, that's fantastic. CPI could help us to do that. Otherwise, from like a macro point of view, we could be going down again. So at the moment, if I have to think, okay, we're gonna have a good CPI, a bad CPI, let me remove the TPO so you can understand a bit better. What I probably would say that the good CPI could take us to that area, as I was saying before, with the TPO chart, but also I would say a good target is probably going to be in between the 0.618 to the 0.786. So if you're going to be able to go, say, and have this strong push to the upside, closing above 114,000, I think that the next probably move is going to be up to 118 to even 120,000. Another, I would say, observation I can make here is that you can see right now there is a potential formation of an inverted head and shoulder here. You can see that there is a shoulder here, there is a head, and there is a shoulder. Sometimes, you always have to pick this inverted head and shoulder with a pinch of salt. I'm not a fan of shapes, of double tops, double bottoms. I don't really like them too much. I utilize, other tools like, for example, ExoCharts. That's a little bit better to give a better bias. But at the same time, if I calculate, from here to here, bring it here, gives me the 0.786. So I would say it's possible that what we could be seeing could be a push up to here. And what is going to be very important right now, guys, for the next, now until, let's say, the maybe first week of November, because remember that what I'm expecting right now is going to be, I have three catalysts in my mind. Number one is today, number two is the FMC, and then end of beginning of November is going to be the Trump tariffs with China. That also is going to be very important. So right now, what I'm trying to understand again, is this going to be the real reversal where we're going to go and basically continue to the upside, or is Bitcoin placing now a B wave correction and then it's going to do a C wave before actually seeing a real reversal to the upside? Because to me, that is still in play. Okay, so at the moment I'm around 68% invested right now. Still got 32% as my spare capital in case we're gonna drop even more. But I would say that I wouldn't exclude the possibility that we're going to see a potential fake out. So something like that, go up to here, make everybody believe we are back on track. I can't wait to see people now that they're desperate, they're super bearish, and they're saying, we're gonna go, we're gonna have a bear market. When we start to pump again, they're gonna be like, oh, the bull market is back. It's just shocking. Twitter is completely shocking, guys. This platform here, full of people they have no idea what's happening. But right now, that's what I could be seeing. Could be maybe a reclaim from here, 118. Okay, touch the levels I show you in the TPO charts, and then have a rejection down to here to then actually start the real movement to the upside. That's what I could be seeing. Again, it's going to be very important to determine if this is going to happen based on this fact. So if we're going to have a pump, because if CPI comes bad, we can go to 100,000 straight. Okay, and that's probably what I'm gonna buy. So if let's say we're gonna see a pump post CPI, okay, we go to 118. What is gonna be vital is that later on, what I could be expecting is gonna be to go down here, retouch this EMA from here at 113, 114, and we have to close above. Going back to the TPO chart, sorry to be annoying today with these TPO charts, but I want to show you, they're very important, one of the most important tools you can utilize. But at the same time, guys, analyzing TPO charts can really help you a lot. And you can see that right now, what I don't like about these TPO charts, a nice TPO chart you can see from here on the weekly basis is going to be that you want to see what we call a P shape. A P-shaped TPO chart, I can't find you an example right now. It's basically something like that. Now, this is not a P-shape, but it's basically formed by, I'm going to show you from here, a big pump, okay, like that. And you can see this VAH and POC, they're usually higher here because that really suggests continuation to the upside. Whenever you see a TPO chart like this, okay, they call them this one B shape, that's not great, okay? It basically signifies more downtrend. But again, in saying that, as I said before, if we're going to go and we're going to be able to go and, let's say, pump to 100 and here, 120, 119, 120, drop down to this VAL 140, 115, and then basically have a nice pump again, it's going to be a high chance to go to a new all-time high. Okay, but otherwise, if it's going to go to here, have a little bit of a pump and then drop again, we could be going lower. So that's what I'm basically observing right now. Of course, you know, if you want to know when I'm going to go long or short by the letter, VIP group, guys. I'm going to write everything here. Okay, so Bitcoin, that's about it right now. So macro-wise, I'm still bullish, to be honest. I don't see any significant problem, but I guess, you know, CPI today is going to be important to determine what is actually happening right now with inflation, because if you're going to see, I don't know, 4% CPI, that's going to be, I'm probably going to sell my swing trading position. Now, let's have a look at today. I'm not going to go too in details today. I just want to show you, like, you know, a few things. Ethereum, let me just cancel my TPO. So Ethereum, basically nothing has changed. I want to show you as well a little bit more, like, you know, shorter term what to expect. You can see that Ethereum as well, like, you know, is getting it right now into a compression stage. You can see we're basically compressing from this point to this point as well. Okay, and I guess probably today we should be seeing a resolution of this trend. So if Ethereum is going to be able to go and probably get out from this trend, very similar to what I said before, we could be seeing a pump probably up to 4,300, 4,400. What is going to be very important for Ethereum is going to be to clear this $4,300 level. Okay, once we're going to be able to clear this level, then I could be seeing us to go and basically retouch the previous all-time high around $5,000. We break that one, it's going to go crazy. But at the same time, like I was saying yesterday, if Ethereum is going to go and you know, continue down because of, you know, bad inflation data, we need to see what Donald Trump and Binance and the financial cartel is going to do. So we don't know that. So I probably could be seeing Ethereum to go down in between 3,300 to 3,400. Okay, that's going to be, in my opinion, a very good area for a swing long position. No financial advice always, but I would say that at this kind of level, we should be seeing like a good reaction from there. Okay, there's so many orders. I'm going to use now the order block detector just to give you a little bit of an idea. But again, guys, lots of short orders coming from here. Okay, so the short orders are positioning at 4,300, like I told you. So the market makers are going to be able to go and break all the short orders and basically close above here. People are going to try to short this movement as much as they can, and then they're going to get totally destroyed. Okay, so let's observe how the market is going to behave once we're going to get to this point. But otherwise, if we're going to see a bad CPI, we could be seeing, as I said before, a drop in between this area, 3,200, 300, and then probably a good reaction from here like that. Okay, that's what I'm basically expecting. So again, Ethereum, macro-wise as well, very, very bullish. Now, next one, very important, guys, Solana. Solana, very interesting, Solana, really very interesting. Still holding this level, this important level of support, you can see from here, okay? And let's have a look on the daily chart a little bit better. So we are still holding this level from here, okay? And what we need to understand, and I don't want to scare you, I don't think, you know, it's very less likely this is going to happen, but also want to, I guess, you know, be fair when it comes to trading, so I don't sell you, you know, hopium, I sell you reality. Solana is into a very interesting situation because right now, okay, if you're going to see a good CPI, so similar to what I said before, we could be seeing potentially Solana to go back to probably this area around 217 to 220. It looks like as well, like on a daily chart, is about to do like a bullish crossover. But again, it's going to be a bullish crossover to then basically cause a break to the upside and to go from here, or it's just going to be like a pump up to here, grab liquidity, drop it down again. Next target, guys, for Solana, okay, and bear in mind, I'm just showing you the facts and the data here. If you're going to go down, let's say, Bitcoin goes down to 97, 98K, Ethereum go down to 3,200, Solana can go down to like 140, 135, 140. Okay, so I'm telling you, there's a bad CPI, Bitcoin start to sell off. Then don't come to me and say, oh, but you didn't say, we were going lower. This can still happen. There is liquidity here. There are still order blocks, lots of liquidation to the downside until here. So be very careful. Okay. But again, maybe CPI is going to come good. Nobody knows. And trust me that today, if you're going to say good CPI, I'm going to probably open some swing longs positions because, of course, I could be expecting the market to go and pump. Now, let's talk about a little bit about altcoins in general. What's happening, what's going on. I can see a lot of skepticism around altcoins, which is a very good fund of skepticism because, the shit coins are looking like shit. Because what I really would like to remind you guys is that if another person tells me, again, oh, but altcoins, this project and the other project, the use case, what are you talking about? The use case of a coin that drops like 90% in fucking 5 minutes, there is Bitcoin, there is, in brackets, Ethereum, and there is nothing else. All of that is a complete fairy tale, is a complete rubbish designed to wreck you. If you know, like, in our VIP, the right point to buy altcoins and then when to sell them, okay, then it's another story. But if you are basically hoping that you're buying a coin because of the utility, I'm sorry, but you're here for a bad news. Because I can tell you, in a case of a recession here, altcoins are going to go here. Done. Are going to get completely obliterated, destroyed. But right now, that's not the case. Right now, in my opinion, looking at the chart from here, and I'm showing you like the facts. 2017, like I showed you yesterday, big pump from November, December. Again, September, October, November, pump in 2019. Then we had 2020, huge pump. 2021, from August, September, huge pump. Again, like it's basically November 2024, pump. Also December 2023. So if you look at the seasonality, in general, December, January, altcoin always tend to pump. It doesn't mean that they're going to pump 100%. I'm just showing you the data and the facts that, number one, whenever we went down to this level on the monthly chart, okay, we always had a rebound. Here. Is it going to happen again? At the moment, could be an imminent crossover on the MACD. Maybe. Again, it's not guaranteed, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's not guaranteed. I don't have 100% of my portfolio into shitcoins. I got a few amount, but... And that's what I can see right now, guys. Okay? That's what I can see. I call this one compression. And this compression, if he wants to, okay, if he wants to, he can continue even to go and reclaim this down to here, which means our coins are going to go down another 20, 30%. It can happen. But what you need to understand here is the risk to reward. Okay, our coins are going to go down 20, 30%. Great. But what is the reward of seeing a pump of altcoins, which, if you look at the history, should be coming, And then we're going to see even something like that, where basically they can do a 4 or 5x or even more. So you're basically betting against now a 20, 30% drawdown to like a 5 or 6x. Again, it's a very asymmetric bet, but at the same time, of course, it's not guaranteed. That's what I'm always trying to say, have some dry powder, because let's say, for example, that things are going to go, Bitcoin is going to go down to 50K, okay, which I don't think is going to happen, but let's say we're going to see a huge crash. You got still dry powder, you can buy back in again Bitcoin, and then it's going to rise up again, and then you're fine. You need to have a strategy, guys. Very important to have a strategy when it comes to crypto, not to basically get destroyed. Now, another thing, talking about altcoins, which is really making me right now interested, right? It's the USDT dominance. That's something that really I'm observing right now. So what is this chart here? Damn it. I think I made a wrong chart. Sorry if I swear too much, guys, but, just the way I, the way I am. Sorry about that. So I want to show you this chart here, which I think is very important about the USDT dominance, right? So what is actually quite funny is when you have a look at the others versus Bitcoin, and also when you have a look at the USDT dominance chart, you also have in here on the monthly, okay, another potential crossover. So I'm thinking, which one is going to come which? Because, of course, if this is going to come, the USDT dominance is going to go and increase, then it's not going to be great for altcoins. Altcoins could be going down even more. So I'm thinking, which one are we going to see first? Are we going to see that one with others versus Bitcoin, or is going to be basically this USDT dominance to go and break to the upside? What I'm actually thinking is that if Bitcoin is going to go and place a potential local top and go to like a blow off top to 140, 150, 160, theoretically, I think we're going to still be having time from here, okay? Because it's getting compressed here. There is a big compression incoming, and what I could be expecting from this point would be the USDT dominance to probably go back down again, maybe to 4.3 to 4.4. Bear in mind, and very important, that in order to see, and I'm going to say it again, in order to see a huge movement with altcoins, we don't need the USDT dominance to go and drop to here. We don't need that. Even if it goes down to, let's say, 4.2, 4.3, and basically stays in this compression zone until for the next, 4 or 5 months, that's going to be good enough. Because then I can tell you that if you're going to have a recession, this one is going to bloody go up like that. Okay? So take this into consideration. So right now, still thinking we could be seeing more maybe choppiness around here, very similar to the DXY dollar currency index. I could be seeing maybe little pump here, go down to this area, and also the most important, guys, for shitcoin season. Sorry if I call them shitcoins, but that's what they are. It's this chart about Bitcoin dominance, as I showed you yesterday. Clear crossover on the monthly. To me, I think I'm still in the camp that we should be seeing this one to go down. Okay, so probably Bitcoin could be trying to do like a new blow off top all-time high. I don't know how you want to call it. Go up to here, 61, 62%, and then it should be able to go and basically break to the downside, potentially forming a. As I said before, like I'm not a huge fan of shapes, but I just want to show you like all about order blocks and everything. But if you're gonna be able to go and basically break this area with the Bitcoin dominance, okay, so you have a neckline starting from here. So you're gonna have a first top, second top, break it down, should be bringing you down to here. In between, I would say 45 to 40%. And in that case, I can really see altcoins to pump a lot. Okay, so that's what I'm observing right now. That's what I think it's pretty much happening. Last thing I want to show you today, I'm not going to talk too much about the S&P 500 because it just goes up. So, the other thing is I'm really observing right now is also the total market cap as well with Bitcoin and etc. So even this one, people are telling me right now like this one is a bear market and bear market has started. They could be right. They could be right. I could be totally wrong. Could be that we're done. It's over. But at the same time, that's what I'm basically observing right now. I'm observing an important level of diagonal support. Okay, from here, you can see a clear bearish engulfing candle on the 3-week chart, which that's not great, and probably could be bringing a little bit of downside, maybe down to here. And then what I could be thinking is going to be go down to this area, make everybody scared, and then pump again. That's what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, basically to summarize everything, today important with CPI. We're going to also have a look at the China with Trump. We're going to have a look at the FOMC as well, what is going to be the outcome and what, are they going to decide about interest to cut interest rates. But at the moment, still bullish, still, very level-headed. Probably be ready to buy a dip if we're gonna go down that way. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a question, of course, leave a comment down below. But otherwise, I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another update. Thank you and see you soon.